Pidig, a town of the province of Ilocos Norte. This town, with a total land area of approximately 121 square kilometers, is picturesquely spread on the crests and slopes of rolling hills between the Kisit and Dingras River. Because of its topography, the natives called the place Pidipit and later changed to Pidig. Pidig flushes in green sceneries with crystal clear waters. The people, called Pitigeños, embraces Ilocano culture vibrantly, are faithful and hardworking. This blended aroma of the town's custom is a clear reflection of its glorious past, for the town is impregnated with history and played a significant role in the Philippine history of revolts against the Spaniards. Pidig is noted to be the historic town of the Basi Revolt.
Basi Revolt is one of what the municipality of Pidig are proud of. Basi Revolt started in the year 1807. Like any other revolts, the birth of Basi Revolt is due to the Spaniards taking control of the manufacture of the local wine in Ilocos called Basi, depriving the Ilocanos to their rights and freedom. The Basi Revolt gave birth to solidarity, love for brotherhood, and extracted the sweetest juice of uprising the Ilocano race has ever tasted.
What is Basi? Okay, this Basi is an Ilocano term for a wine, okay, obtained from sugarcane juice. Okay, now this sugarcane juice was further fermented inside an earthen jars known locally as gurnay. Okay, and eventually this one will be kept for months. Along with the fermentation, we'll have to put samak. This is a tree wherein a good farmer will have to get some of its bark and will have to add into that solution. This will hasten the fermentation process of the basi. And then after 3 months, after 4 months, the basi is now ready for consumption. Basi is intertwined into the cultural life of every Ilocano. For every celebration, without Basi, as if you are showing superficial consideration to your occasion. Basi is already present from cradle to grave.
So this is Basi. What I'm holding right now is a 2-year-old Basi. Let's take a drink. It's rich and flavorful. No doubt that the Spaniards loved this local wine and monopolized it.
With the desire to bring back their old livelihood, 2 men of Pidig burns out their passion to fight for their rights and freedom.
So here we are at the Basi Revolt Shrine, where you can see the sturdy monuments of the 2 leaders of the revolt, Pedro Mateo and Saralogo Ambaristo.
The principal leaders of the Basi Revolt were Pedro Mateo, okay, a native of Pidig, and Saralogo Ambaristo, the right-hand man of Pedro Mateo. Pedro Mateo is the real leader of the Basi Revolt. The Spanish authorities would like to appear that the Basi Revolt is also termed to as Ambaristo Revolt because the Spanish authorities did not want that a principalia or a social elite will be against the Spanish authorities during those times.
The 2 young bloods held the uprising on September 16, 1807 with the help of each other, solidifying unity and togetherness.
When they were fighting against the Spanish authorities, it's only by chance that they met each other.
The Basi Revolt became the heart of every Ilocano during that time. Their desire to fight for their rights as true landowners of sugarcane plantations as well as the traditional dadapilan, emblazoned as these 2 men of Pidig, formed their troops against the oppressors.
Actually, the Basi Revolt is an event waiting to happen. We have been under a very oppressive Spanish colonial rule. So the people tend to, take up arms against an oppressive system. Sometime in the 1805 to 1806, there was a famine here in the Ilocos. Pedro Nacho and company took advantage of that because during the famine, the Ilocanos were hard put. They didn't have enough food to eat. The money they used to derive from the tobacco and from the Basi is all gone because these are now under control. These are now under the control of the Spaniards. So these two leaders took advantage of that famine to agitate the people into taking up arms against Spain. The Basi was the rallying point of the desire to be free, desire to get out of the oppressive system.
Like any other revolutions in the country, the Basi Revolt had also a flag that served as their identity. As depicted from the early paintings of the Ilocano painter Esteban Villanueva, the flag of the rebellion is not as intricate as other flags. It has 5 red stripes on a yellow field.
There was no designer of the flag. They just came up with something, okay, to identify them as Ilocanos against the Spaniards. And what is unique with this flag, with insurgents, was this was patterned after the flag of Spain.
The flag was carried all throughout the revolution as the troop headed for south to air their grievance to the Alcalde Mayor Alonso Corrales in Bigan on why the government monopolized their Basi. They marched and passed by the Pueblo of Sarat going to the town of Batac, enticing people to join the march along the way. The Ilocano insurgents were able to reach the Garascas Bridge in Batac.
This Garasgas Bridge serves the link between the north and the south. This bridge is very historical since the Spaniards planned to destroy this to stop the uprising. But the people came by first before the Spaniards.
And so, the Spanish authorities decided to destroy the Garasgas Bridge so that no more point of entry. But in the end, the Spanish authorities did not succeed in their plan to destroy the Garasgas Bridge because right there and then, they were already outnumbered by the Ilocano people. They were already very triumphant, okay, because of what happened in the Garasgas Bridge. And then, of course, they were able to meet the troops of General Escobedo in Bato, Ilocos Norte, and they were able to outnumber them.
After Badoc, Ilocos Norte, comes the province of Ilocos Sur, where the Bantaway River is located at the municipality of San Ildefonso. Despite their victory at the Garascas Bridge, their fateful encounter with the Spaniards at the river has turned their glee to frowns. The rebels had fallen, and their journey to the heart of Ilocos has been terminated.
This is Bantaway River. We are in San Ildefonso, Ilocos Sur. This is where the bloody outrage of the Basi Revolt happened and where the Basi Revolt concluded.
San Ildefonso, Ilocos Sur, they were already defeated. No more to continue their march toward Vigan. Things used by the Ilocanos, of course, were the primitive tools, the primitive ammunitions. Whereas they made use of the bows, they made use of the spears, something very traditional. Whereas the Spanish authorities made use of a more sophisticated ammunitions. Could you imagine the waters of the Bantaway River turned red because of the bloody outrage? What happened with Pedro Mateo? He was brought to Vigan City, and after 2 to 3 days, he was hanged, he was executed, and after the hanging, of course, we have the decapitation. The Spanish authorities removed the head of Pedro Mateo alongside with Saralogo and Baristo. What is very intimidating here is they do the execution publicly. Why? To intimidate people not to follow the footsteps of the leaders.
The leaders were publicly executed at the Plaza of Bigan, Ilocos Sur, drawing out tears from the Ilocanos who had witnessed the misery of their brave fellow men. Indeed, the Ilocanos were defeated by the Spaniards, but their strong will to taste the freedom they were longing to reach has stayed in every Ilocano's heart. Their bravery, their strength, their strong will that kept them together has left a dent on their stone tablets. The Basi Revolt was short-lived. It lasted for 13 days on September 28, 1807. The Basi Revolt doesn't mean defeat, but it is a testament of the Ilocanos' love for freedom, that they are willing to sacrifice even their own lives. The Basi Revolt was the first in a series of revolts that occurred in the Ilocos, and this became an inspiring episode in the Ilocanos' struggle for freedom.